Well, let's talk about it. What is up, Fin fans? Yes, we have to talk about the title, and we have to talk about the Miami Dolphins Vic Fangio. I'm going to talk about that, and then we have an update on the cap space, essentially how much we'll start with that. So Tom Pelissero, the same guy who broke the news of Vic Fangio agreeing to terms, and I'll talk about that in a second, came out and said the NFL informed teams today that the 2023 salary cap will be a record $224.8 million per club, sources tell me and Rappaport. That's up $208.2 million in 2022. So that cap space is going to jump up, which is obviously good because the Dolphins right now are negative $14 million in cap space. But like I showed you in a previous video where I talk about the cap space, it's going to move. And the Dolphins have a ton of opportunities when it comes to restructuring, cuts, re-signs, all that stuff, to get to about $50 million in cap space. So don't worry too much about the cap space. Again, cap space really isn't real. But let's talk about what this video is about, and that's about this, right? This was reported yesterday. Dolphins have agreed to terms with Vic Fangio on a deal that will make him the NFL highest paid coordinator per source. It's a 3-year deal with a 4th option, yada yada, bing bang bing. You know all this already. What we need to look at in Tom Pelissero's tweet, the Dolphins have agreed to terms with a Vic Fangio, right? So, and I'm going to get to Barry Jackson because Barry Jackson was badgered by people essentially asking like, hey, do we have him or not? And he answers it, but agreed to terms. Vic Fangio hasn't been in the building to sign the contract. Vic Fangio hasn't done his presser with the Miami Dolphins. None of that, right? So he's agreed to terms. And then, the Sun Sentinel also came out and said, let me just minimize this a little bit. All right, I'll clean it up. Dolphins landed coveted defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. So Pelissero tweeted it out, and then the Sun Sentinel newspaper said that we landed him. So me and a ton of other YouTubers and a ton of other news from, Twitter reporters and everything has said that we landed Vic Fangio. And then we have the Football Talk says Fangio said he has not finalized his deal with the Dolphins. So essentially with this one, he has talked to multiple Denver, I think, reporters or news broadcasters or something, and said that the deal's not finalized. Essentially meaning no pen to paper. He's essentially saying there's no pen to paper when it comes to a deal to be the Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator. But again, he's agreed to terms, but he hasn't put pen to paper. On Vic Fangio's status with the Dolphins, this isn't a battle of reporters with unnamed per sources. Fangio himself has told at least 2 reporters that the deal isn't done. Again, no pen to paper. So I know a lot of us Dolphin fans are freaking out. Did we get him? Did we not get him? Are we not going to get him? And then again, there's, like Pro Football said, per sources, there's also sources out there now that are saying, oh, well, he's waiting on the 49ers. He kind of wants to go to the 49ers or, blah, blah, blah. I honestly think the Eagles situation is a done deal. I don't think Gannon. First off, Gannon doesn't seem like he's getting the Texans job. Plus, you have to wait another extra 2 weeks for him to then take a job. And I'm pretty sure Fangio wants something done now. Then 2 weeks after you got to wait till after the Super Bowl if he wants to wait for the Philadelphia Eagles and yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. So now the 49ers get brought up. And then also, again, I'm doing this because sources. Then the Panthers are still in there. It's a bidding war between the Panthers owners and the owner and the Dolphins owner and blah, blah, blah. But again, I will go back to the original tweet that we all saw and we all got excited about is that he agreed to terms. No pen to paper. So people were badgering Barry Jackson on Twitter. What's going on? What's going on? So Barry Jackson said this. Again, make it neat for you. Make it bigger. That's what she said. Dolphins were told they have a deal. The deal's in place. Then he said, again, they'll announce when it's signed and they're ready to announce. Not sure why this is causing such why I use such a big word? Is concern with people. And then he also said, I put that twice. There was another one I wanted to show you. He has agreed to a deal with the Dolphins. If he stunningly changes his mind, I'm sure the world will know. So essentially what Barry's trying to convey is, again, what Tom Pelissero said in the first tweet that we all saw on Sunday, got really excited, and me and a ton of other people either wrote articles, made videos, or tweeted it out. Again, I could show you a ton of people that we got him. We got Vic Fangio because terms were agreed upon. He still has to come in and sign the paper. What is he waiting on? I have no idea. I'm not here to speculate. I'm not here. If, and again, him telling reporters that a deal's not done yet, 100%. He didn't sign the paper. That's when a deal is done. That's when you are legally obligated to be the Miami Dolphins defense coordinator, is when you sign the contract. He hasn't signed the contract. He's been on the phone. This is what I'm assuming. On the phone with Miami. Miami's been on the phone with him. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, look, we're going to pay you the highest paid coordinator in the NFL. You're probably going to be making more than Mike McDaniel. 3 years, 4-year option. What do you think? And he's probably like, yeah, that sounds good. All right, I agree. Deal? Deal. Cool. We got him. Now, come in and sign the paper. All right, I'll come in on this day. And then all of a sudden it blows up. Someone's leaked the source out. And it blows up everywhere. And now he's like, what the flip, guys? I haven't signed nothing yet. So I hear that you're the Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator. How do you feel about that? I haven't signed nothing yet. I haven't signed anything yet. That's probably what's going on. Now, like Barry Jackson said, does that mean that he can't all of a sudden be like, you know what, I'm actually going to go San Fran? Or, you know what, I'm actually going to go here? Yeah, of course. Same thing with Josh McDaniel. Josh McDaniel was ready to be the Colts head coach. He brought in coordinators, and then all of a sudden he's like, I don't want to do it anymore. And all of a sudden, I'm going back to New England. And the coordinators were like, what are we supposed to do? You brought us into Indy. So, yes, it's possible that it could happen, but Barry Jackson's saying that. It's a done deal. Now, I'll keep you updated. I'm not freaking out. I think push comes to shove, Stephen Ross isn't going to let him go. There's the rumors that he has some type of admiration with Shanahan, and, he's been the defense coordinator for the 49ers and blah, blah, blah. I think push comes to shove. I don't think Stephen Ross lets him walk, or he doesn't let him walk easily. So I'll keep you updated. But from Barry Jackson and all these other people, there's a deal in place. I think that's where a lot of us jump to conclusions. Because, like I said, the original tweet said agreed to terms. So there's a deal in place. And he agreed to it. Now he has to come sign it. That's all it's down to. Now he has to just come sign the contract. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I thought, I'll keep you guys. I'm always keeping you guys updated, but I thought, let me make a video. Because a lot of people are like, we didn't get him. And then the rumors are out there about this, and rumors about that, rumors about this. They're all rumors. And let's just take a deep breath. Front runners, he agreed to terms with us. He just has to come sign the papers. Let's just keep it at that and be excited and move forward. And again, if he doesn't sign, then I'll make a video talking about that and why he didn't sign and what happened. And then I will get angry at the people who let it happen. And then we'll move on to get the next guy, hopefully, online. But yeah, that's the updates I got for you guys. Let's take a deep breath. It's fine. Move forward. Let it all play out. And then when he signs, he signs. And if it's with Miami, obviously we knew it was going to happen. And if it isn't, then we're going to get very mad. All of us. Rightfully so. Don't lie to us. The moral of the story. Don't lie to Dolphin fans. Tom Pelissero, Barry Jackson, all these guys, Sun Sentinel. Because again, it wasn't just Tom Pelissero. Sun Sentinel came out and wrote a paper. Barry Jackson wrote a paper. Not wrote a paper, but told us. There's so many people that you go through Twitter talked about, how the matching of McDaniel and Fangio, how good it is, and then some other reporter wrote, Fangio with the Dolphins weapons is going to be fantastic, blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of people that need to all of a sudden, if this doesn't go, but from what Barry Jackson's saying, it's a done deal. He's just going to sign the papers. But like I said, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll see you tomorrow. We got a ton of videos planned. Like literally, we got free agent videos. I'm going to do the AFC East ranking final for 2022. That's so many videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like usual, stay classy. Hands up.